before we wrap this conversation up, I wanna speak to you because you mentioned the name Charlie Kirk earlier in this conversation. As we all know, on September 10th, 2025, we watched this young man be assassinated. Charlie Kirk, very outspoken. Um, he was the CEO and founder of Turning Point USA. And I believe he was only 31 years old when he left this planet. Number one, were you familiar with Charlie Kirk before his assassination? And two, what is your thoughts on him and his political views personally?
I've heard of him through my religion, through my church. I respected him. I respect anybody that preaches on God, preaches religion, and I cannot believe why anybody would hate him so much to kill him. But again, I blame the media. And yet, to this day, Shawn, we see those that publicly say he deserved to die. He deserved to be killed. Why? Because he was a religious man? Because he preached the gospel? Because he was outspoken? He didn't disrespect anybody that I ever knew or saw or heard of. He was respectful even to the people that argued against him. I saw a lot of his interviews. And I respected him for that. He's a great man. And it hurts me that he's no longer with us. I think he would have made a great president in the future had he lived.
You know, he was killed by a 22-year-old named Tyler Robinson. There are a lot of conspiracy theories going around, many of which says that Tyler is a fall guy. He did not actually pull that trigger, and the real killer is still at large. Based on your extensive law enforcement background, do you think that there's any truth to that? Or do you think they have the right guy in custody?
That they have the right guy in custody is true. Did he pull the trigger? Did the bullet that he fired kill Charlie Kirk? I don't know. There are, theories going around that he had a mic underneath his shirt that exploded and went into his neck. I don't know. The forensics should be able to tell us more, and they're not telling us a lot. That's why there must be transparency in our government, so that these terrorists can be disproven if what they're saying is not true. But as long as they keep information, like they did with the John F. Kennedy information, hidden information, there's always going to be that doubt. And that's one thing that the government should always be, is transparent and tell the people, these are the facts, these are the forensics, this is what really happened. Don't believe that it entered from one side and exited the other, or vice versa. Forensics can tell us that. And again, they're not being transparent. Everything is hidden, everything is secret, and it can't be like that. We need to be transparent and let the public know what we're finding out. As an example, the shooter that tried to kill Trump in Butler. We haven't learned that much about that guy. It was rumored that there was bank accounts in foreign countries to the tune of $5 million that were basically deposited in his name. Was that true or not? Have they followed up on that? And they come back and said, you know what? There was. And if there was money that was put in his account, then we should know who did it. Why? The big secrecy. We need to be more transparent. We need to let the public know what is going on. And hopefully, we're going to get that information soon. Again, the Epstein thing, too. Where are the files? Make him available. And if there was other people that were violating and raping little girls, they should be held accountable. Everything is a secret, and that's wrong. We need to be transparent.
To this minute, to my knowledge, we haven't seen the death certificate. We haven't seen the autopsy report on Charlie Kirk. Why do you believe that this critical information wouldn't be released to the public? Because everybody allegedly saw what happened. It was right in front of our eyes. So releasing a death certificate and an autopsy should be relatively simple. Because at least we all believe that there was a shot taken and he was hit in the neck. Is there a cover up there?
That's why there should be more transparency, so that we cannot suspect there's a cover up. Okay? Why are they not releasing all this information to the public? They should. If it was definitely the bullet fired by the suspect from the top of the roof there, then we should know it and have clear evidence. Forensics can tell us that, Shawn. It's not a big secret. We have the technology now to figure those things out. But yet they keep it quiet from the public. It's like a big secrecy. Why? You've heard him all the time when they testify for Congress. Oh, I can't talk about that because that's like an ongoing investigation. What do you mean you can't talk about it? You can give us some details. How many times did we hear FBI Director Wray? Oh, I can't talk about this because it's under investigation. Oh, I can't talk about that because it's under investigation. No, they need to talk about these things because that's the way they cover up stuff. I can't talk about it. It's being investigated. So what? Are you going to investigate this forever and we're never going to find out the truth? Because an investigation can last a lifetime. An investigation can last 20 years. And they're going to say, well, I can't talk about it because it's under investigation. That's wrong. And that's how they cover up a lot of stuff. I can't talk about it because it's under investigation.
Off topic, what's your thoughts on this government shutdown? We're now over 2 weeks into it.
The government shutdown it's a political shutdown. It's all basically because they don't like Trump. It's unnecessary. It really is unnecessary. And you know what I don't like? Is they don't speak clearly, Shawn. Why isn't somebody asking Chuck Schumer, point blank, are you opposing basically the beautiful package that Trump has because you want to fund illegal aliens? Is that why you're opposing it? Because you want $1.5 trillion to go to supporting? They say it, but they don't ask him. They need to be more direct. Like an investigator, when I asked questions when I was investigating, did you kill that person? Well, no. Did you kill him? Well, I was there. Did you kill him? Are you willing to shut down the government because you want to give $1.5 trillion to support illegals? Point blank. Let the people know. Don't camouflage it, well, because of Medicare and Medicaid and this and that. They come out and say it. But nobody puts it to them. Put it to him. And if you're not doing it for the reason, then maybe we can buy your argument to close down the government. But I'm not buying it right now because you're not answering me. Are you shutting down the government because you want to fund illegal aliens to stay in this country? And if you are, why do you want to keep all these illegal aliens in this country? And why are you using taxpayers' money to do it? They talk in circles. They don't talk
truly
clearly.
Believe that this shutdown is more about Trump than it is about healthcare? It's more of a political move on the side of the left because they just don't like the man who occupies the seat of the U.S. president.
I believe it's all a political move to oppose Trump at everything Trump wants to do. Number one. And number two is, I don't know for what reason they want to keep illegal aliens in this country. I don't know for what reason taxpayer money has to be used to support illegals. If you're going to be here illegal, then at least support yourself, work. Why are we giving these people money? I would love for immigration enforcement to go to an illegal and say, are you working here? Are you on welfare? Are you committing crimes? If you're on welfare, not working and committing crime, you're out of here. Show me that you're working legitimately and I'll give you a permit to stay and work here. Again, they don't do that. They don't do that, do they?
And I want to make sure I'm getting this. You are not against illegal aliens if they're leading legitimate lives and they are not living off of the government. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly what I mean. If a person is here to contribute as a citizen and is holding a job and is not a burden to the taxpayer, you should consider giving him a permit to stay. I'm not saying to keep on doing it illegally. Give him a permit to stay as long as you're working and you're not dealing drugs, you're not out there raping somebody or something. You're a law-abiding citizen. Give you a permit to work, and maybe down the road you can become legal. But the day you're not working anymore and you become we're not gonna give you welfare, we're not gonna support you, then you're out of here. The problem is a lot of people come here to abuse our benefits, to abuse our welfare system. That's known. And a lot of them come here to also not only do that, live off of the government, but also deal drugs on the side. And those are the people that gotta go. And I am human and I'm compassionate for the poor people, Shawn, that do come here to work. Okay? I don't think those people should just be deported. If they show that they've been paying taxes, they show that they're here basically contributing, not taking away from us. I think, why not? Why not give them permits to stay and work? Work permits. Why not?
I'll close it out here. You mentioned several times during this conversation that you are a religious man. You're a God-fearing man. If you don't mind me asking, what is your religion?
I'm a Catholic. And I'm a practicing Catholic and have been for years. I was an altar boy when I was a child, and I was brought up in the church. And I was brought up believing in God. And it hurts me to have killed people while on the job. It hurts me to this day. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do to stay alive yourself. Because if I hadn't shot those people or killed them, I'd probably be dead myself. But I do fear God. And I hope that God is looking at me from up there and saying, Hector did the right thing. I don't think I shot too quickly. I think I only shot when I knew that I was being shot at or I was about to be killed. And I do fear God to this day. And I hope that I never pull the trigger too quickly.
We'll end it there. Hector, that's strong words, and I believe, we all serve a forgiving God. And I can hear in your voice that the things that you did, they were not done in malice. They were done in self-defense. But just know again, we do serve a forgiving God. I appreciate you coming on the program. As always, I love our conversation, and I can't wait until the next time, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me, Shawn. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise, brother. Till we speak again, I'll see you soon.
Take care.
Be safe.